Meantime, a lot of people watch this. Pennsylvania Democrat Senator John Fetterman and Pennsylvania Republican Senator Dave McCormick meeting face-to-face in a forum on Fox Nation. Fetterman not afraid to make it clear that his party is failing to address some of the most important issues.
The rank antisemitism out of control. This is just rampant across all the universities, for all these places too. I mean, we really need to call it what it is. Building tent cities on a campus and terrorizing and intimidating Jewish students, that's not free speech. And now we've lost the argument in parts of my party. Our party did not handle the border appropriately. Look at the numbers. 267,000, 300,000 people showing up at our border. Now that's unacceptable, and that's a national security issue, and that's chaos.
Former Democrat California Senate Leader Gloria Romero joins us on the program once again. Gloria, great to see you as always. Why can't more Democrats say exactly what John Fetterman said right there?
Well, let me first applaud Senator Fetterman as well as again to Senator McCormick, because they really do, I think, represent the shift from campaigning to governance and the commitment to work truly across the aisle. I wish more Democrats would do it, but sadly, Todd, Democrats are still caught in that web, the ideology of identity politics, and it has not yet taken root. They still stand up and scream that everybody's a Nazi, everybody's a racist, or still defend open borders, deny the rampant anti-Semitism, and refuse to stand up for America first. But hopefully with the Fetterman-McCormick discussion debate, I hope it really sends a message across the country that this is what the American people want, for our elected officials to grow up, to listen to each other and work with each other for Americans. That's what we want, and that's what they demonstrated.
I can't argue with that, but what I can never seem to wrap my head around is why Democrats, who, as you well know, you are part of the party, will literally do anything to get and maintain power, including changing longstanding voting laws. I can't understand why they refuse to take what really is the easy position on these issues, namely, terror is bad, and letting potential terrorists across our open borders is also bad. Why don't they just take the easy road and take the votes, Gloria?
I agree with you on that, and it is dumbfounding. And many of us tried for years to be voices of reform within the party, but so many others, like, Tulsi Gabbard and Leo Terrell and Bobby Kennedy, myself included, we finally just said, enough, we're gone, we're out of here. At a certain point, you can't keep beating yourself to try to change a party. I really believe the Democratic Party is on its last stand. It is a dying party. It will go the way of the Whigs in a century past. New Way Forward is an America First party, the Republican Party under Donald Trump, because I don't think this would have happened under a Romney or a McCain or others like the Bushes. This is really a new party, and it's one that recognizes that borders matter, citizenship matters, safety for all. We care about the content of one's character much more than we care about the color of our skin. And across the board, young and old, Latino, white, Jewish and Catholic, we are there together to say, stop the nonsense, speak common sense. And you know what, Democratic Party? Don't spend $20 million to learn how to talk to men. Just speak from the heart and speak from reality. My God, it's not that hard.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Still don't understand the $20 million to be like, talk football, golf, beer, being normal. But I also do wonder, despite what the experts say, if it is just a matter of time before John Fetterman goes full Gloria Romero and ditches the Democrats. We will watch and see if that happens. Meantime, want to get your thoughts on this. Democrats are underwater with Americans in the latest polls, and the media, Gloria, absolutely cannot believe it. Watch.
The party that is closest to your economic views. In November of 2023, it was the Republicans by 11 points. Now it's still within that range, still within that margin of error. Plus 8-point advantage for the Republican Party. How is that possible, Democrats? How is that possible after all the recession fears, after the stock market's been doing all of this, after all the tariffs that Americans are against, and Republicans still hold an 8-point lead on the economy? Are you kidding me?
You know, Harry Hinton, the guy who was gesticulating wildly there, and I went to the same college. It's almost like they offered a degree at Dartmouth on how to gesticulate wildly with your hands when you're on TV, but I digress. Could it be, Gloria, that was a joke at my own expense, could it be that despite the doom and gloom that the Trump economy is allegedly causing, according to the media, that the middle class actually likes what Trump is doing?
The economic policies are sound, and Americans see it. We're seeing it in our wallets. We're seeing it with our children. We're seeing it and we're listening to it as we also think about the future, a future debt, the need to drive it down, and what we want for our children and grandchildren. So it's not a surprise to me. But what we are seeing is with the legacy media, once called fake news, it still is there. I really do think that it has revealed to the American people that, quite frankly, the legacy media has basically been just an extension and arm of the Democratic Party. And that time is ending. You know, shows like yours, networks like yours, the rise of social media and independent podcasting, it really has become a challenge. So that wild gesticulation is going to be also a thing of the past as independent, true media rises up.
That's Gloria's way of saying, stop with the hand motions, Pyro, just chill it on out. But getting back to the substance of the issue, when you talk to people in America, how are you doing right now? Most of the people that I've spoken with have said, we're doing a lot better. Could be better. Anything could always be better, but we're doing better than we were last year. And I think that is so important. That shows why the numbers that CNN can't believe are what they are, despite the media, let's face it, probably rooting against Trump and rooting against those numbers. Gloria Romero, always a pleasure to have you on the program. Thank you.
Thank you.